the easiest money I've ever made, what is literally is bottle service. I get paid to bring out a bottle and go right to left, right to left. But welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. My name is Jaylene, so welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna talk about the bottle girl life. I do get questions about it. If you don't know or don't follow me on Instagram, I am a bottle girl. I've been a bottle girl for almost 2 years now. So I just want to talk a little bit about like how you get into bottle service, what's it like, and probably common questions I always get asked about it. So let's just start on probably how you get started. So we all know it looks like glitz and glam on the internet to be a bottle girl, which it has its pros and cons. I'm gonna just put that, keep it real. It has its pros and cons. We all know the pros usually is the money. That's what most people do it. The money, some girls like to look cute in the uniforms, the networking, celebrities, athletes, so on and so forth. And the con is like late hours, your sleep schedule is probably fucked up. You're around alcohol all the time, drunk people all the time. You can get sucked into the party life for sure. So things like that. So let's see how I'm gonna start this. I'm drinking some kombucha. By the way, this is like the passion fruit and tangerine, I think. I don't know, but that's what we sipping on today. So I'm gonna start off how you get into bottle service. Some clubs are different. The club I work at, I got it through a friend that was working there at the time. They were looking to hire bottle girls, so she kind of connected me. I got an interview and then I ended up getting the job. I know of other clubs that do like auditions, or you'll have to like just DM the page. Usually if you're looking for it, I would just kind of scoop the scenery out of whatever city you live in, to figure out what club you kind of are gonna like to work at, because each club is different. I mean, same concept, different font in a sense. And then also look at the girls, look at the uniforms. Like, are you willing to wear those uniforms that they got on? Do they have a certain aesthetic of girls that they hire? And things like that is definitely something you want to kind of look for first. And then following those club pages, business pages, reaching out, DMs. 9 out of 10, they're probably gonna want to see your Instagram. I think if you get to the point where they reach back out and is willing to either give you a chance in an interview or an audition to look presentable, makeup, hair. I went in an all black jumpsuit with my hair and makeup done. So things like that, because that's kind of the lifestyle that you're gonna go into. Also, don't be afraid, like, just because you get no from one club, don't let that discourage you. Like, there's definitely different clubs, and the turnover rate in the club industry is high, so don't let that discourage you either. It might not work out with one club, try a different one. And if honestly, sometimes the nightlife, it is not for everybody. I feel like the strong survive in nightlife. I'm gonna tell you that much. It is not for everybody. Like, let's say if you tried it for a day or a week and you like, this ain't for me, it's just not for you, and there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. So yeah, in my experience, I literally had to learn things on the way. The club I work at is the first club I've ever worked at, so it ends up working out in my favor, where I make money there and they're able to be flexible with my schedule and things like that. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about like the pros of like working the bottle service life, y'all. Okay, top of the list, of course, is the money. The money is, if you're looking for something that's gonna give you quick money, it's gonna be that. Like, honestly, it's just like serving. It's just in a different speed rate. I think the club has a faster, how do I say it? Like a quicker atmosphere of like serving versus if you were serving at a restaurant or something like that. Like, it's definitely fast paced and a lot happens within 12 o'clock to 3 a.m. okay, that's usually like the peak hours, usually when the club be popping, it be over capacity, things like that. So my advice also is to learn the basic of liquor. Like, you don't have to know everything, because when I went into it, I didn't know everything, but I knew the basic. Like, I know Corona is a beer, I know Tito's is vodka, Casamigos is tequila, you know, things like that is not mandatory to some clubs. Some clubs, you know, it's mandatory for you, at least in the interview they ask like what you know, you don't know. But I think to have like a common knowledge, it makes the job easier for you to pick up. So like, you can pick up what their signature cocktails are, what they offer, what they don't offer, because again, each club is different, just same concept, at least when it comes to like sections and bottles and things like that. So yeah. Another thing is networking. Definitely, I've met a lot of people through the club. So literally their occupation, you'll be surprised. Of course, you'll get to probably, if your club is popping enough, you'll probably get to meet some celebrities, athletes, influencers, you know, you name it. You'll probably get to meet those there. Honestly, they're regular people. You'll be surprised. Maybe your favorite artists come and you see how they really act in real life. They don't really be acting, don't get me wrong, there's some celebrities that were cool, you know, but there's some that have this entitlement or like stuck up. It's true, it is so true. As well as athletes, same thing, same concept, but things like that. It's another thing. It's just networking, putting you in spaces. You'll get invited to different things and events in that industry. So, you know, you just gotta use your common sense and know what to reject and what to accept. Like that old saying, not all money is good money. It is a true statement. Also, I think another pro, at least for me personally, it helped me develop like people skills a lot more versus like my quote-unquote 9-to-5 jobs, just because you're dealing with people constantly. So you have to kind of like read the room, read the vibes from people, not judge them. I'm just saying, read the vibes. Like, okay, are they out for a birthday? Are they out just casually having a drink after work? Like, you know, everyone is different. So like, just read the room. And that helped me with my people skills, like the type of conversations to hold. Like, are these people, you know, are they new to the city? You know, things like that. Like, just kind of figure out like how to convert and relate to your customers to make them feel comfortable. At the end of the day, you're a server, so it's bottle service, so you're providing a service to them for them to have a good time with their people, make sure, you know, they're taken care of, and they're to have a vibe, to have a good time and have a good night. So those are kind of my pros of working the industry. Now, my cons are, I don't have a normal sleep schedule. I definitely don't have a normal sleep schedule at all. Things like that. The environment can be toxic. Like, you need to know how much alcohol you can really consume. The club I work at, we're not allowed to drink during our shifts, which I really appreciate. Some people don't like that because there's other clubs that allow their servers to take a shot with, you know, their customers or whatever. But honestly, the way alcohol just be all around you. Sometimes it's good to not consume as much or consume every day if you're working. Plus on your free time when you want to hang out with your friends, you're drinking too. So I think some people might see it as a con. I kind of see it as a positive. So maybe I'll switch it over to my pros. I don't know yet. But I guess knowing your limit, because it's so tempting just because you're around it all the time. So that's definitely, I guess you can either put it in both you can put it in both you can put it in both spots. Either it's gonna be a pro or it'll be a con, but I'm telling you. Another thing that's my con is, let me see, having to buy freaking tights. Okay, we use tights for our uniform because it is revealing, so we use tights. And the way I be buying them, I be tired of buying them, guys. I do be tired. I know there's some clubs that the club provides uniforms and things like that, but like, I guess tights is considered kind of like undergarments or stuff like that. So we provide our own. That can get annoying because I feel like most of my money is going towards that instead of into my pocket. But hey, there's that. So I think for me, that's kind of it. Excuse me, I've been like burping so long. For me, that's kind of it when it comes to like pros and cons. I'm trying to think like, I know there's clubs that they'll cash you out the night of. We don't get cashed out the night of. That'd be nice, but we don't. I mean, we get to go home with our cash tips, so that's one thing to consider into doing. Honestly, and my biggest tip is to be smart with your money, because the money is gonna come fast, and the faster you get it, some people blow it just as fast. I think if that's like your only job, it's definitely gonna teach you money management, because you're gonna have weeks where you did great, money is good, you know, you tipped out really good, and then you're gonna have weeks where it's just slow. Didn't make as much as you made last week, but you blew your money thinking you're gonna make it right back. And in the service industry, that's not how it works. So I think my biggest tip, if you wanna explore this industry, is to be good with money management. Because when I say the money is gonna come quick, it's gonna come quick, but you can literally, it'll be gone just as quick if you do not have a game plan. Like, you need to have a game plan. I had a game plan because bottle service was always like my second job, or like well, not like it is my second job, honestly. So I kind of budget out what my 9 to 5 is gonna pay for, and then what my second job is gonna pay for, which is like mostly my extra money. But literally, money management is so important, because let's say you lose that job, you get fired, or something happens and you're out of work, or the week's been slow. Like, for example, slow season for servers, usually wintertime, is usually from like January to March era, because there's a lot of holidays happening, it's cold out, people don't want to go out and things like that. So like, you need to be able to still pay your bills, and you know, not be broke because you blew all your money on your good days, on your good weeks, thinking you're gonna get it right back, and sometimes you're not gonna get it right back, you know. So I think that's like my biggest pet peeve, especially somebody new coming into the industry, because you don't know what to do when you like start getting a lot of money. You're just like, oh, I'm just gonna make it back, or you know, it's kind of the same thing of people who get paid weekly. You just like, well, I get paid Friday, so like I can just spend and do whatever, which is kind of true, but it's not, because say you spend all the money you freaking use, now you need 4 tires because you didn't save no money, and now you're fucked, you know. So I always tell people to keep that in mind. But yeah, I hope some of these tips has helped you guys. I'm trying to think what else I'm missing. I think another thing I can touch on is probably uniforms. Some clubs, you provide your own uniform, and you guys kind of, you and like the other servers kind of discuss like what's going on or whatever. And then there's clubs that provide a schedule and provide the uniforms. So that's what I said. It's just, you know, scooping the scenery out. If you know people that work that club, you know, ask them questions. Sometimes they can help you connect and get you an interview quicker than waiting for them to drop a hiring flyer or something like that. One thing about it is just, you know, be confident, look presentable. Please look presentable, because people be coming in looking a mess and asking for a job. Like, the industry is literally for, you need to be presentable. Like, you need to have your hair, makeup done, be in uniform. Like, that's what the industry is about. You know, I wouldn't want to go to a club, have my bottle girl look like she just rolled out of bed, because now, like, be for real, you know. So kind of just go with that in your head, like, can I do this every night where I can, like, you know, get my hair done, look presentable, wear these type of uniforms, okay? Because like I said, every club is different. Some uniforms in some clubs are more revealing than others. So are you willing to, like, you know, walk around on that? Because a lot of people wouldn't, you know. So that's one thing. I hope this video helps if you are looking into getting into the bottle service industry. Like I said before, I've been doing this for 2 years. I've learned a lot. I developed a lot in my life, I guess. Well, I wouldn't say that. I said I developed a lot in working the industry, just as the serving industry, as how to become more like open, I guess. Like, before, I would never talk to people first, okay? But since I work the industry, like, if you want to get paid, if you want to tip, you better talk, and you better talk correctly. Like, you got to learn how to communicate, and you really need to know how to be relatable and know how to treat people. Like, I honestly, my mindset when I go to work is always give them the service I would want if I was in their shoes, or if I came to this establishment, like how I would want to be served or treated or talked to, you know. That's how you have to go into it, because honestly, your tips is your money, and your money is the reason you're doing this for whatever you got going, whether it's your second job, your main job. You gotta pay bills and rent and stuff. Like, that's why, you know, you do what you do, or you're working that industry, you know. Don't get me wrong, there are people who go into this industry not like, yeah, for the money, but the money is not their top priority, you know. Like, they're just into what I think social media had made the bottle girl life be like, you know. Glitz and glams and just pop, 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 you know. Don't get me wrong, it's the easiest money I've ever made. What is literally is bottle service. I get paid to bring out a bottle and go right to left, or up and down. Don't get me wrong, it's the easiest money I've ever made. But yeah, with that being said, I'm just gonna end the video here. If you guys have any more questions about the bottle girl life and things like that, I don't really go into much about money, because I'm not a fan of people pocket watching, you know. But like, is it a good money industry? For sure, but it also is temporary, temporary. Like, literally, like I've been saying probably in this entire video, the money comes quick, but it leaves quicker if you're not mentally like strong enough to handle, you know. Because when I say you're gonna have multiple tables, for example, my club has automatic gratuity, so like no matter what, like you're gonna get paid even though like your table doesn't tip. And that's a whole topic for people have different opinions on that, okay. I tip regardless wherever I go, whether there's gratuity or no gratuity. I'm gonna tip because I believe in the server karma, but I also know what it's like to be a server, and like you work hard for that. So you know, some people never worked in the service industry, so they can't really relate, but I do understand the standpoint of like some customers saying they feel like the 20% is forcing them to tip when they're gonna tip, but in reality that's like 1 out of who knows how many people you serve that day, right? Because you'll be surprised, as many people as you serve, they don't tip. So it's like these long hours, your feet are hurting, you probably have needy customers, which is fine, but like also you're not getting paid for your hard work for the night or your long hours and your feet hurting. But like I said, people do have different opinions on that, and I respect both sides. I'm personally are gonna tip regardless if my tab has an automatic gratuity on it. That's just me, because I'm a server and I just know what it's like. So with that being said, again, if you guys have any questions for me, leave it down in the comments. I hope this is kind of like just a glimpse of bottle life and bottle girl service. And yeah, so cheers. If you ever want to come see me or tip me, just follow me on Instagram. I normally post our flyers and things like that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye.